4420 thinning shears. You'll see them with barbers, you'll see them with groomers, you'll see them with hairstylists. USA made shear. It's got some little tricky things to it. First time I saw it when I was out sharpening, I was flummoxed. I tried to fix things that didn't need fixing, and I was totally out of my league in working on it. And that might be new to you too, so I thought I would show you some of the things I know and have noticed about these shears that might help you through if you have to sharpen them. First of all, first time I saw one of these, I thought there was something defective, that this was longer than the teeth. And that's the way they're made. I've asked why it's that way, and I've gotten some answers that it's to protect this tooth, and I've got some answers that it keeps that tooth from cutting, like the dog or the person's head. If you know an answer to it, please put it down in your comments, because I've asked around and none of the theories sound right. So when you get this shear, first thing you want to do is test it, see how it cuts. Now, two ways you can test it. I use perm paper and just see what kind of holes it puts in it. Tissue won't tell you the same. Now see, that cuts pretty good. Then I'll also cut some hair with it. Now, if this customer was here, I would say, do you really need these sharpened? These seem like they're fine. And, but since they're sent to me and they've already prepaid, I've got to go ahead and do something to them. But normally, if someone gave me these shears to sharpen, I would say, are you sure? I want to clean these up. The first ones I ever saw, they had all kinds of grime down in here between the teeth. So it might be a good idea, if you've got a stiff brush, to go in and give them a good cleaning, a good brushing. And you can see there's some of this stuff coming out. I have an ultrasonic cleaner. I could go in here with that, but I think just a good brushing is good enough. Actually, there was some so nasty I did one time. I used dental floss to get down in between there to clean them out. And these look like these have a little bit of use to them, but they don't look that old. These, I don't even know how long these have been around. Now, 4420 has to do with the two people that started the company. One had 44 years in the business, the other one had 20 years in the business. I thought, stupid me, that it had something to do with the number of teeth. I don't know of any of the scissors out there that cut exactly like this one, because it has a really fine way to blend the hair. So here's the other thing that makes this unusual, is how blunt that angle is. So when you sharpen these, I wouldn't take them apart unless you thought there was something defective about the screw or the washer. I would get a flat plate, and this might be one where I might even do a PSA that's just straight on the flat, straight on the metal, my metal stainless steel disc. This one happens to be pretty coarse. I'm going to color in my edge. And we're going to do a scratch test, see what these are. So I found out my angle is 30. I'm using this 320 grit on a PSA, which is right down on the metal flat plate. I've got a burr, but I don't want to cut the burr off because I might damage the teeth on here. I could get my arc hone out. I could have my little pink cheater stick. I could use my nail buffer. I don't think the nail buffer is going to be aggressive enough. I think on this one, I'm going to want this little pink stick, and I'm going to use it to kind of knock my burr off. And is my burr gone? Mostly gone. Had someone the other day tell me how much they liked the fact that I can pick that whole clamp up so easy. I don't have to take that scissor out of the clamp to do this kind of thing. See the red's coming off here where my ride line or where that edge is? And then I'm going to go back, maybe even slower, and just knock any outside burr off. I still feel a little outside burr. Basically, you're creating a burr and removing a burr. Create a burr, remove a burr. So no burr on the outside. I'm feeling with my thumb. I've got a little burr on the inside. It's almost gone. Now I might be able to use my nail buffer. And I don't feel any burrs. Clean it up with alcohol. Get my red marker off. Don't get any alcohol on this stone here. And I know some people that take all their shears apart and get in there and check the washers and all that. I just think for me, I'll get into trouble. Sometimes the teeth need a little bit of something. If they do, you can just kind of go over them with this. Some people hate that noise. But I'm going to see how, and I cut this before, but it should cut it again. See how the second cuts were better. And let's see how it cuts hair. It cut hair fine before, but it should cut even better and smoother now. I think I feel a little roughness as I'm pulling it across. I'm going to go over with my nail buffer because that edge might be a little bit, feels nice and sharp. Ah, it feels smoother. I still felt something pulling. Yeah, there's a little burr on the outside. That's gone. Now I feel a little burr on the inside. Now these aren't supposed to feel as smooth as a Japanese shear. Ah, there. I didn't feel like a roughness there to it. So that's the 4420. And I have some more tricks on sharpening thinning shears, and I'll put these links up here. If you're a sharpener or looking to become a sharpener, these links are important. Always double check and make sure that tooth actually crosses over there. That should go enough to cut, but not so much over that you pinch the hair in here. And that's the 4420. And one other thing I want to point out about this shear. 4420s are usually ones that a lot of times people assume that the front of the shear is where the finger rest is. This is one, see the finger rest is on the other side. So if you got confused, you might think it was a left-handed shear. Because typically a shear will have, wherever the name is, the finger rest is on that side. This is one that's on the opposite side. So you can't assume always the same thing. Those are done.